And their faces fell. They said, you're going to pay for it. He says, I'm the person. I count the money in, I count the money out. I don't have budget for it. So they said, go to the parents. So they went to the parents got the wallet out, they paid. And the builder said, that buys the materials, we've got all the B&Q here, etc., etc. But we have no labour. So the guys are saying, summer is coming, we need the pavilion, we need to get this going. And then they thought, we have 500 boys in this school, between the ages of 14 and 18. Why can they not be the labourers? So the concept that we've developed and we're taking into Sierra Leone is 3 to 5 hectares of land, a football pitch, 18 to 20 classrooms around the football pitch, picking on the needs of that community, but in construction and agriculture and community development. And then beyond the classrooms to the edge of the land, fields, so that they're actually growing their own food that will feed the students during the day. The surplus can be sold in the market. But you're teaching them, and we had a meeting with TVET UK the other day. They've done a vocational college in Mauritania. They have the links with City and Guilds and others, so the curriculum is there. So wherever you come from, we sit down, we talk about your community, and you say, well, I'm from this place 50 miles from Jos. And then we talk about how the model will work there. And the model that we have is 500 to 1,000 houses built by the students, paid for by civil servants, diaspora, and other qualified workers using mortgage from the National Mortgage, Nigerian Mortgage Bank, and providing a circular economy that allows somewhere in the region of 3,000 to 3,500 kids in each community to be paid, to be trained. And I calculated that out by my 774 times table. For non-Nigerians here, that's the number of local government areas in Nigeria. And that's 774,000 houses and 774 vocational colleges. And that is on the desk of the Minister of Housing and the Minister of Employment at the moment. When I get their answers next week, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
That's what we're doing about it. Physical things, using some of the equipment that we showed you there to enable those people to do amazing things in their own community.
Can I just add to that? I think if they're taught well, they will take it. There's the mentality of, I'll just take a shortcut and get paid for it.
Yes, yes.
That is what makes the quality of work not good.
Not good.
But if they're taught from the get-go that they can take pride in the quality of their work, and the quality of their work will get them
More work.
more work, consistent work, and better pay, then they'll do it.
Just on a point of quality, I was invited by the previous governor of Akwa Ibom to go down to Uyo when I was in Nigeria 2 Christmases ago. And I went and visited. The reason was he wanted to try and get one of our vocational colleges going before the election. And by December, we were already too late to do anything more than a press release. But they had a vocational college there, and they showed me around it. It was 12 hectares that they'd committed, and the lovely buildings that they'd built. Some of the concrete was pretty crumbly, so they weren't using the right machinery, but they built it. And they said, and this is the dormitory, and then here's the bathroom for the students. And they put up a low wall with basins on each side. And I thought, oh, that looks really good. And then I walked around the side, and I saw that underneath, behind each basin, all the tiles on the wall that they built had been broken because they put the tiles before they put the pipes. And this is a vocational college that they're building to teach people how to do it right. So, when I talked about your community, you could be the college director. You could take responsibility for this project, and it would be part of your responsibility to make sure that the wall is built the pipes were put in, the tiles were done, the basins were attached. Yeah. I'm on my way.
Thank you very much, Mr. David. That was a very wonderful one. So, moving on to the next thing, I'd like to invite Dr. Akan to the side.
Thanks, guys. Absolute pleasure.
I guess it's a small room, isn't it?
Oh, no, we
want to.
Good morning again.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. So, what I want to do is maybe run us through something that's been on my mind for a bit. And I think I would have to readapt it for the audience of today. So maybe let me get a feel for the audience. How many of us in the room are current students? Can I say by show of hands? Current students? Show of hands. How many of us are current professionals? So you're working. How many of us were former students? Okay, that can be called a story. That's good. Okay. So a few years ago, I wrote a book called The Graduate Code. And the premise for the book is that in every professional, there's a student wanting to learn. And in every student, there's a professional waiting to earn. So what it simply means is the fact that the most successful students in reality who do really well after graduating are students who start behaving like professionals while they're students. In the same way, the most successful professionals in reality who do amazingly well as professionals are professionals who actually behave like students while they're professionals. Because they're always learning new things and getting better at what they do. Okay. So, I'm supposed to be talking about African students' careers, innovation, and the entrepreneurial mindset. And I want to start with a simple premise. Can everybody here bring out their mobile phones? Quickly. Could you quickly count for me the number of mobile apps you have? I counted mine with 5 there. I have 82. How many? Just tell me, if you counted, tell me how many mobile apps you have on your phone. Please. Anybody? Just try your best. Of course you can count.
63.
Fantastic, 63. Anybody beat me? Mine is 82. Can you count the number of mobile apps on your phone? 180. Madam, I bow to your preeminence. Anybody else? What numbers have you got? Anybody?
I'll go about 150.
150. That's incredible. Anybody? Boss? How many mobile apps?
93.
93. Okay, yeah. When I'm truly beaten. 153. 72. I beat you, boss.
Yeah.
Mine is a little higher than that. 181. Good Lord, there's a queen in the room. Anybody come close? No, I'm asking this question. It's a very simple way to paint a picture. So, let's look at the phone again. This time around, can you count the number of mobile apps that has been made by an African for Africa? So, for example, if you're Nigerian, I imagine you seek content in Nigeria. So, how many mobile apps do you have that have been made by a Nigerian for the Nigerian or a bigger market? So, let's count. Mine is 2, and I can tell you what they are. It's my 2 banks. Okay. So, it's Guaranteed Trust Bank and Eco Bank. Anybody else? Wait, you count. How many mobile apps have you got?
3.
3. Made by Nigeria for Africa. Anybody else?
I don't know if StopSend is sent by Nigerian. StopSend.
No, it doesn't have to be Nigerians. Sierra Leone?
No, Sierra Leone, of course, don't go there.
So there's none, fundamentally.
Maybe I'll do 1. 3.
3. Okay? So, I get in the picture. So just in your hand, So I'm laying this premise so you understand that every mobile app you see, the intention of the creator of the app is it solves a problem, no matter how small. Every mobile app you see, even a mobile app that is just all about fun, is solving a problem of boredom. So let the function of that it makes money. As long as it's a mobile app on your app, if you ask the creator, the reason why they put it together is because it's solving a problem. Okay? And what it shows to me is the fact that how can there be a continent that is bedealt by so many problems and yet there is no creative, intentional, or strategic ways just by measurement of mobile app to solve the problems? I'm blessed to sit down with very top international donor meetings. In the last maybe 4 years, I probably won in excess of £40 million in research grants. Just in the last 4 years, about £40 million in grants. And each time I sit down in international meetings where we're trying to put together a proposal for a new grant, what normally happens is this. So you find two professors in the room, and one prof will say to the other prof, how about we put together a proposal to solve this problem? And somebody will say, no, don't worry. That problem was solved last year. So this is in the UK, by the way. Then another prof will say, how about we revise the proposal to solve this other problem? And somebody will say, no, don't bother. Why? There is a PhD student working on the solution as we speak. So I'll be in this room, guys, and they will spend hours and hours actually looking for a problem to solve. Now, you and I know that's not the case in Africa, because in the morning, before you wake up, Dr. Problem wakes you up. Okay? Before you leave your door, you've seen 55 problems. Now, if problems, and truly they are, if problems are raw materials for creativity, innovation, and business enterprise, okay, that means I can say Africa is blessed with problems. So in fact, when you wake up in the morning, what you should be praying should be, Lord, today bombard me with problems. It's a very special prayer, but it's a prayer that is filled with insight. It's a bold prayer. And Lord, today as I go, slap me with problems on every side. Because therein lies the raw materials for your innovation. I remember one day I was flying from Nairobi to Amsterdam to Nairobi. And in this flight, David is my very good friend, and David knows this. This is like 3 years ago. In this flight, I looked around the plane, and I can say, just by going by the color of their skin, so do pardon me, over 90% of the passengers were white. So I'm thinking, what are they going to do in Africa? So Africa was a continent with problems. You know that picture you see in TV with the fly hovering over the little boy? So why are they going there? If you think about it carefully, it's very simple. The reason going there, truly, is because, and I know this because so I speak to my British friends. Are you guys going to Africa? They tell me Africa is where it's happening. Africa is where the money is. Then I turn to my African brothers and sisters and ask them, how about Africa? And they tell me nonsense and ingredients. Nothing works, the government is useless. So there seems to be something the non-African has seen about Africa that Africans have not seen. You wonder why David keeps going to Africa. Because there is something even David has seen. I live in England, but 95% of my work is in Africa. Because guess what? I have seen it too. What they've seen, I've seen it. Okay? But then, if you ask the African, they tell you, well, there's a term in Nigeria called Japa. So Japa is like, I'm sure you know what Japa means. Japa means the syndrome of leaving the continent overseas, where things are happening. So while non-Africans are Baja, there's the reverse. Africans are Japa. It disconnects somewhere. Okay? Now, the disconnect is fundamentally because the continent that is bedeviled by the highest portfolio of problems is the continent that is blessed with opportunities. It's that simple. It means it helps you to think about problems a bit differently. So when I wake up in the morning and go outside and I see a problem, I've done this so many times, I can't even help myself. I feel an excitement in my tummy when I see a problem. Because there's an opportunity to provide a solution, and on the back of which you rise. Now, I want to narrow it down. That's why I asked how many students, how many professionals. Just outside, before I came in, before everybody came in, a young man is in the room, asked me a simple question. And the question he asked me was quite interesting one. He says, Doc, so how long have you been in the UK? I said, I've been in the UK now, maybe 21 years. I've been in the UK 21 years. And he was like, if you were to give me one singular advice as a student, so one big single advice, what would it be? I thought about it for a second and I thought, I think I probably know what it should be. And I'm speaking to the students in the room. And I thought, the biggest advice, which I think is the